first off, here is my art studio. It is very cluttered, it is very crammed, but mostly it is messy. So I decided to do a declutter of my supplies, and we'll go to that in 1 second. Our lovely dog Lola. Hi Lola. And here we have 2 boxes of art supplies that I have decided to purge from my collection. And I'll go ahead and go through these. I'll start with the paper first here. So first off, I have this tiny mini sketchbook. I ripped out the pages that I did use. I've had this for, quite a while, and I haven't finished using it, so there's no need for that anymore. Secondly, I got this as a gift. It's not the type of paper that I normally go with. It's probably, more of it's obviously a generic brand, so that can go ahead and go too. Next, I have a sketchbook that I actually purchased in Japan. I did use quite a few pages out of it, but I don't see that I'm going to be using this in the future. I have picked out a different brand that I like and prefer, so for the sake of continuity, I'm just going to get rid of the one that I don't use. So that's going as well. Now, I do have some comic book paper that I am planning to use, but here are 2 different kinds that I've had for a while but have not used. Therefore, they should also go to the wayside. Next, I have some acrylic paint paper, and it has sort of a slight textured sheen to it, so it's actually a very interesting texture of paper, but it is, after all, paper. Therefore, I have other supplies that suit my need. Therefore, I don't need this pad. Next, I have a Canson sketch pad. Now, Canson Multimedia Pad XL brand is the sketchbook that I am currently using and going to prefer instead of this B5 sketch pad. So, but this is a sketch, and I mostly use the mixed media pages. See, these pages are a little bit thin for what I use them for, because I do everything from markers to watercolors in my sketchbook, and I just like a heavier page, so I don't need this one either. Another shot of Lola just hanging out over there. Okay, next come these supplies. Now, here are a bunch of inks. Now, these inks are Liquitex. They're very high quality. They're actually really great inks, but I've had them for a little while and I still have not used them. And I did buy them on sale, which was my motivation in purchasing them. And because I have not used them, and it has been a while since I've purchased them, I've also decided to get rid of these. Even though they're a good, high-quality product, I haven't used them, therefore they're gonna go. Here we have Daler-Rowney brand wash paint from Walmart. So it's not the highest quality, and I want to get more into gouache painting, but I don't feel that this gouache suits my needs as well, because it is a little bit more difficult to work with because it's basically student or high school grade. So I'm going to get rid of this in favor of my purchase of higher quality paints. 2 pencils. This is a packet of fairly cheap watercolor pencils. Now they aren't branded. They do work fairly well, but the colors, as you can see, are not very saturated. They're very pale, and I have a set of watercolor pencils already that already suit my needs, and then I can get all these various shades from those already. So there's no need for me to keep an extra set. So these are gonna go. So we have our old, but very good, finest quality, flexible colored lead pencils. These are blue lead pencils. And my point in getting rid of these is that there's no way I'm ever going to use this many blue pencils. I kept a few. It's going to take me a while to even get through those, but I have found that there is mechanical pencil lead in in this shade of blue that I very much prefer. So there's really no reason for me to keep a supply that I know I'm not going to finish using. So these are going. Oil pastels, I had them for a while. I did a couple of drawings with them. They turned out pretty good, but I don't anticipate doing a lot more of oil pastels. I have watercolors, I have acrylics, and I have oil paint. So keeping art supplies that I'll probably rarely use is something that I am deciding not to do. So both of these are going to go. For my watercolor paints, I have the Daler Rooney brand watercolors. They're from Walmart. They're actually really decent for the price. And as well as this Art Creation brand. When I purchased these, I purchased 2. So I am keeping 1 set, but this is the set that I did not use, and I don't need double. And I am purchasing higher quality professional watercolor paints, so there's no reason to keep these. And of course, these are your general high school level watercolor sets. I'm keeping 1, I don't need 3, so they are also going. The 2 paints that I'm getting rid of, I have a lot of acrylic paint, so I don't need, triple, double, quadruple of any all of the paints that I currently have. So I'm deciding to get rid of the Walmart brand Daler Rooney paints and some of my Liquitex paints. And as far as these gouaches go, these are decent as well, but as I said, I don't need duplicates of everything, so they're going to go as well. I have my charcoal, and I am getting rid of my charcoal sticks in favor of keeping my charcoal pencils. And I have about a dozen or so charcoal pencils, so there's no need for me to keep like my graphite and charcoal sticks, because I rarely use these. There's a whole bag of partial pieces of charcoal sticks like that, and then these as well. And as I said, I'm keeping my charcoal pencils. They're less messy, and so these are gonna go. Pencils. Some of these are absolutely your typical high school, any time of the day pencils. Some are just random mechanical pencils. This one is a flat lead pencil with its accompanying flat erasers. Generic Crayola colored pencils. I have other more professional colored pencils, so I don't need those. These, on the other hand, are Prismacolor blue, non-copy pencils. Now, I bought these a while back so that I could draw in light blue on paper and then go in with regular pencil or watercolor or what have you. Now, as I said, I have mechanical pencil lead in blue now, so I don't need these light blue or those dark blue pencils either. So there's no need to keep a whole bunch of things that all are for the same purpose. Next, I have some nice dark lead drawing pencils, more Kimberly-Clark drawing pencils, and I'm keeping some. I just don't need all of them, as I haven't used some of these in a very long time. Some of these are more generic brand drawing pencils, artist pencils, but there's no reason for me to keep all of them, so these are gonna go. Lastly, I have a couple of paint palettes. These wells are much too small for my preference, so they're gonna go. I have a variety and assortment of both designed erasers, most of all of which are used. Just random assortment of erasers. I'm keeping ones that I'm going to use, getting rid of the assorted bag. And staples. I don't know how many gosh darn staples one person needs, but I don't need, I'm still keeping just this same amount here back in my office. So I don't need that many staples. Bye-bye. And lastly, a whole bunch of tiny, teeny, tiny paint containers. I've had them for a while. I haven't used them. So they're gonna go bye-bye as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what I am purging from my collection.